Hey everybody, welcome back to Katie Talks. Thank you so much for the positive response on the last video with my boyfriend. It was so fun doing that with him, and I'll be sure to have him back for another video on this channel. Maybe talking about Rainbow High, maybe talking about Barbie. Let me know what you guys want to see. I also recently picked up a lot of dolls that were on my wish list, so let me know if you guys want to see those. And also go follow my TikTok and my Instagram that I made for this channel. I'll leave those in the description. Today we're going to talk about the Barbie movie dolls from the animated movies. I'm only going to include the dolls from the animated movies because I haven't really had a lot of time to process all the stuff we're getting for the new Barbie movie. I am only going to talk about the main doll for each movie. Otherwise, we would be here for a long time. So, with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Give it a thumbs up. Comment your favorite Barbie movie, your favorite Barbie movie doll, which ones you had as a child, which ones you wish you had. Because I know I used to wander the toy store and look at a few of these dolls. And yeah, let's get right into it. Quick disclaimer before we start, these are my opinions. I had a different childhood from you guys. You guys had a different childhood from me. We all had different childhoods. So obviously nostalgia is going to play a factor in all of this. So I'm going to like things that you like. I'm not going to like things that you like. You're not going to like things that I like. Let's just be respectful and get along. I'm also only going to really look at like the dolls and their outfits. I'm not really going to consider like if they came with a color changing dolphin or, you know, a Christmas ornament or something like that, or the pets they came with. I'm just going to try and stick to the doll, the outfit, keep it like that, unless I find it necessary to bring up. So for each movie, there were probably like 10 dolls released for each movie, probably more. So I just chose the doll that I considered the main doll, and if I was wrong, okay, let me know. I tried to get every movie. There was like one Netflix Choose Your Own Adventure movie that I couldn't find a doll for, called Epic Road Trip, I think. And I didn't include Skipper's movie just because I tried to include just the Barbie movies. And I did include the movie that I think starred Chelsea just because it did have a main Barbie doll. That's actually the one we're starting with. Chelsea's Lost Birthday, I think it's called. That's the last place doll for me. The dress just doesn't have a good pattern. It falls under a category of Barbie movie dolls that I call the fashionista dolls. Their dresses are just printed on patterns. They don't really do much with their hair. Yeah, they contain a lot of accessories, but I'm not really factoring those in when I'm deciding which one has the better doll or not. It's plain, and I I don't think it deserved higher on this ranking. It didn't. It's a good doll for like a kid to play with, but as a collector, I wouldn't get this. Which doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it. It's just eh. Next, so like second to last, because we're going from worst to best, obviously. Barbie in a ponytail. I like the fact that it comes with a horse. I like the jacket, actually. I think that's cool. As much as I dislike molded on bodices on a doll, I dislike molded on pants even more. Because if you do it the wrong way, it looks like the doll isn't wearing pants. And that's how this doll looks. She looks like she just has pink legs. Next is Princess Power. I like the idea of like a superhero Barbie. I think that's kind of cool. The big thing here is that the skirt becomes the cape of the superhero and the mask becomes the crown. I just think that the outside of the dress is too plain when it's in the dress form. The inside is all plastic when she's in superhero form. On one hand, you have a plain princess, and on the other hand, you have a plastic superhero. Next is the Spy Squad Barbie. She's all plastic. She has a pink streak in her hair, and then she has a pink trench coat. She does have some sort of gimmick where she like tumbles using something she comes with. I like the pink trench coat, which is why I put her above the princess one, even though she has more plastic, I guess. Next is Barbie in a puppy chase, and here begins the bout of Barbie movie dolls that look like fashionistas or look like they could be fashionistas. She looks like something that like a Disney character would wear, specifically like Allie on Austin and Allie or Bridget Mendler on Good Luck Charlie. I don't like the polka dot skirt. I think the silhouette could be like good for like the quirky character in a Barbie movie, but the colors and the patterns just do not work. They just do not work. If you're gonna go with patterns, just it needs to be something different on the top, I feel. Barbie and a Great Puppy Adventure. Very similar to the Great Puppy Chase. It literally looks like a fashionista. I like the hair color on this one. She has sort of like a reddish tone to it, and I've spoken about how I like that in Barbies, just because it's something a little different than just platinum blonde. I just like her outfit a little over the last, which is why she's a little higher. So I haven't seen Big City, Big Dreams, but I do understand that both of these characters are named Barbie, one being Malibu and one being Brooklyn. I like that their clothes are more modern, so that's why I put them above the others that I consider like the fashionista ones. I like the Barbies that like do something a little more like fantasy ones. So I do like these, but as a collector, like they just wouldn't. I would only buy them to put them in other clothes. Barbie and the Pearl Princess is next, and this doll made me sort of irrationally angry and confused. I could not figure out how like her tail worked from like the pictures on different sites for like a good bit of time. They always show like it mid transition. Couldn't figure it out for the life of me. But I think I got a little bit of a handle on it now. It does look very similar to the Mermaid Tail 2 Barbie, but I do like the little fin at the end. And I like the hairbrush in the tail. Next is Barbie and a Mermaid Tail 2. I like the fact that it switches between human and mermaid because I feel like that is just more versatile between switching from mermaid to mermaid. I like the fact that it comes with the little, it doesn't look like a surfboard, it looks like a boogie board. That's just me though. I know other people love mermaids. I just do not, I don't go crazy when I see a mermaid. I'm more princesses. So now we have Barbie and Mermaid Power, and I really like this style of mermaid. And I didn't mean to put all these mermaids together. Like this wasn't just like I'm gonna rank the ones that look like fashionistas and then the ones that look like mermaids. Somehow the ones in like categories just all fell together for some reason. But I like the things on the shoulders, and it looks like they took the idea of mermaid and went a little bit farther this time. I wish it wasn't all plastic. That's my one little gripe with Mermaid Power. But I particularly like the orange and red and pink doll. I'm not a big fan of the cool tone mermaid, just because I don't know. I've never been a fan of like purple and blue together. That's just personal taste. But yeah, when you put like purple and orange and pink together, it's like sunset. I just like those colors together. But yeah, it looks like Dreamtopia, but a little more elevated. So, next is Barbie and the Pink Shoes. I don't particularly like this doll. I don't particularly dislike it. I'm like neutral towards it. It's the most ballerina Barbie there is. I actually can't even figure out how I feel about it. I can't even get my brain to decide either way. I wish I could tell you something about this doll, but probably 5 seconds after it leaves the screen, I will forget that it was even here. Next is Princess Charm School. So how I rank the dolls is I put them either in like a Word document or a PowerPoint, and then I just look at them and I'm like, do I like this doll more or less than the last one? And then I just rank them. And this one, I just hated irrationally. I just could not like it more than any of the other ones. Even like the Chelsea and the Lost Birthday one. I could not figure out why. I can't even, like, I don't like it when I look at it now. There's a few things that I will say that I don't like about it. I don't like the skirt material. the shiny fabric that looks sort of like shiny wrapping paper, and I don't like the hard bodices. But I recognize outside of that it has merits. I can't tell you what those merits are. Anyway, so I just decided to put it here because I feel like it didn't deserve to go last. I don't know, I just hate it irrationally. And this was before I noticed, I think she has a plaid bow on her skirt. So anyway, I didn't want to put her last because I objectively, taking a step back, taking my hatred out of the equation, I could recognize that she didn't deserve it. But even now, I'm like, why is she this high on the list? Okay, moving on from that. Barbie and the Starlight Adventure. So I've seen part of this movie, I think. I think the animation style is a little different, which is cool. Doesn't really translate to the doll. I do like the sort of like holographicness of the top, but the doll is just plain plastic on her clothing and everything. She does have, I think, like a cat or something. She spins around or something. I think she's cool. Uh, Cooler than the other plastic ones that we've seen, which is why she's a little bit farther up. But I do wish, like, she wouldn't be just plastic. Next is Mariposa 2. Mariposa from Mariposa 2. Not Mariposa 1, Mariposa 2. She has to disguise her butterfly form in this movie. So she looks great as a butterfly. She would be ranked higher if, when you turned it into a dress for when she has to disguise herself, she didn't look like she was so obviously disguising herself. There had to have been a better way to do this. I don't know. I'm not a doll mechanic, but I think there's a better way to do it. Barbie and the Secret Door. I love the idea of this dress, like the flowers at the bottom. I just wish it wasn't all printed on. There's some flowers sticking up. If we could have gotten more of that, or if it could have all been flowers, or if it could have been like a smaller skirt and like a flower overlay or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. It looks so cheap. Which I get. It's a playline doll. As a collector, I'm gonna judge it. I do like the colors, but I'm thinking about what this doll could have been, and that is just like what I'm imagining in my head is just why this doll is lower. But you know, it's also why this doll is a little higher because I do like what it is, sort of. Next is Barbie and Dolphin Magic, and she looks alright in this, I think it's pretty plain, so it looks fine, like just a run-of-the-mill Barbie playset. So I'm not expecting these things to be like collector worthy. They're just, I think, playline dolls. So yeah, pretty much alright. Next is Thumbelina. I like this doll. It's fine. I like the wings. I even like the doll part, I think it's cute. The wings are so huge. And I know it's how they are in the movie, but like, what are you supposed to do with it? Next is Barbie as a video game hero. Uh, I like the silhouette that Barbie is exploring in this one. The high ponytail. I like her on roller skates. That's really cool. The bright colors. Yeah, I really like this one. The only thing is, there's a lot of plastic parts, not very detailed. And, when you get up here, it's just the little things. And some of those are big things. Next is Barbie and the Princess and the Pop Star. They have flip around wigs, I think, and flip around dresses. I don't know how well the hair turning would work, but yeah. Color kind of reminds me of cotton candy, the pink and the blue. Next is Rockin' Royals. It is sort of the same as the Princess and the Pop Star dress, except it twists higher up on the bodice, and the hair I don't think flips. I just liked the brighter pink better. The black made it seem like a more jarring transition to the very pastel pink. The hard bodices of the two dresses would, and then I think the twisting mechanism would mean you couldn't really change out either of them. But I do like the bright pink hair on this one. Barbie and a Princess Adventure. I really like the dress on this. I like the tulle. The Barbie itself is very plain. The teal sneakers don't match, but she comes with a different pair of shoes, so I'm not that bothered by it. Next is Barbie and a Fairy Secret. This doll, very mixed sort of vibes coming from it. I don't really like the wings or the dress and the face, but you know, compared to the dolls behind it, I can tell that it's just slightly better. Okay, right here, I think is like the turning point where we start getting to dolls that I like actually like, and you're gonna see a lot more dolls pop up that I probably have nostalgia towards. So, Barbie and the Three Musketeers is next. I don't think I ever watched this movie as a kid, but I had the doll for it. I had the pink doll. There were four dolls. They had a mask that became a crown and a skirt that became a cape and then came with a sword. And then it revealed like a shorter skirt underneath and boots. Their ball gown and crown transformed into like a masquerade fighting gear sort of thing. I do really like the color of the greenish dressed one, and I like her pink ruffles on the side. I really like that. It's just really cool and really sparkly. Next is Barbie and the Diamond Castle. Their dresses would flip from being very plain, only the bodice was super sparkly. Like, the bodice wouldn't flip at all, so their skirts were plain, bodice was super sparkly. So that was meant to represent before they found the castle, when they were super poor, only eating jam and bread, and then you would turn the lever on the back and it would become super sparkly. And I think they also sang their song. I had the pink one. I wasn't a huge fan of like the dress turning over just because it would like not always sit the best way in terms of the wires that flipped it because of the flipping action of the dress. Um, the separate panels of the dress make it look a little wonky. Next is Barbie and a Mermaid Tail. I think she's really cool. Like, her tattoos, her crown, I remember being made of like almost a glitter. I did have her as a kid, and I did really like this movie as a kid. Her tail, I remember not closing incredibly all the way, as well as her hood still looked kind of wonky when you would put it on, due to it having to function as both a tail and a hood. So neither of them like were great either way. But I did think it was cool that she was flat-footed and had flip-flops, because none of my other Barbies did. Barbie and a Fashion Fairy Tale, another movie straight from my childhood. Never had the doll though. Honestly, like, the doll isn't my favorite because of that bodice and because of the fact that it lights up. But you look at this dress, it's straight Barbie. That is Barbie. She looks straight from the dream house. I don't like the cutouts for the lights or the gown that it is before it transforms into the hot pink one. So I don't like the pale pink one, but it just screams Barbie. Next is The Island Princess. And I loved this movie as a kid. I've watched it again as an adult. As a child, I was convinced this was it. You know, this was the fashion. I never had this doll, but I definitely remember seeing her in stores and dying to get her. It's a great dress. I really like it. I really like the moment in the movie when they make the dress, but I definitely think there's better dolls on this list. If I could wear this dress, I totally would. Not with like real peacock feathers though. When I was making this list and I was finding like all the dolls or whatever, and I saw the Barbie and the Perfect Christmas doll, I like said inwardly in my mind, well, I know which one is going to be in last place. And then I kept looking at it and I was like, loving it. It's like, I have no question that dress is so ugly, and if I saw it in real life, I would not like it at all. But like, it just works so well on Barbie. It works so well with like the hair and the earrings and the jewelry and the little fur thing. I'm embarrassed it's this high, but it's Barbie. It's cute, and I like it. Next is Barbie and the Magic of the Pegasus, and another movie from my childhood. I had the version with the 3D goggles, and every time the polar bear would pop up in the corner, you had to put on the 3D goggles because it was about to become 3D. I like it a lot. I like the purple. I like the white shawl. There's other dolls on here that I think do a little better. When it transforms into the other dress, I feel like it's missing something. If it had been her outfit from when she sneaks out to go ice skating at the beginning of the movie, it would probably be higher on the list because that's the iconic outfit from the movie, in my opinion. The sounds of her sneaking out and like grabbing the skates and everything are just branded in my mind. For some reason, the sounds of that movie are just amazing. Next is Barbie as Rapunzel. It's a princess dress. I mean, it's more detailed than a lot of what we get nowadays. Go look at Dreamtopia and say, this isn't attention to detail. But yeah, that's it. She's just like a princess. A little higher than the Magic of the Pegasus one, because the Magic of the Pegasus one just kind of looks sloppy sometimes. This one is just really nicely done. Next is Barbie and the 12 Dancing Princesses. This doll, I do remember her skirt spun and it lit up. I like her hair. I like, her dress. And I like pretty much everything about her. The only thing is, when you have wires and things in a skirt, it doesn't sit well, and you can see this in the photo. Like, it just doesn't sit well. But her face always looked really nice. You can see it in this photo, and I remember it from my childhood. It just looked really nice. And yes, I did have the cat ornament as a child. And we did hang it up on my Christmas tree for years. I don't know if we still have it or not. Next is Barbie and Fairytopia Magic of the Rainbow. I love the faces on Elena dolls. They are just some of the best faces in Barbie movie dolls. But yeah, I really like the different colors. I like her hair. You're just gonna see that when it comes to the upper spots on this list, the top dolls are just so good. Next is a doll from Barbie and A Christmas Carol. I love the curls in this doll's hair. There was a holiday Barbie based on a dress from Barbie and the Christmas Carol, but this is the actual character from Barbie and A Christmas Carol. I love the different layers of the dress. I love the like sweeps of the different fabrics. Face is just great, you know. But I just really like it. I like the different colors. Very festive. Really cool. Barbie from Swan Lake. I love the colors from this doll. The detail is just so cool. The face is amazing. The hair is amazing. And the different like colors of the fabric, just print it on instead of being like separate pieces. I really want to see somebody like custom make this dress of this doll. I think that would be really cool. Fairytopia, another Elena doll. I love the faces on Elena. I love the hair. Uh, the colors of everything is just so cool, but it's just such a cute doll. And it just feels very well made with the separate petals of the skirt. That would be printed on nowadays. And I love her shoes. Yeah, the old fairies are just so cute. The shirt feels a little bulky So that's the only thing holding her back from like a higher place. Barbie Diaries. Honestly, it's not about the accessories, it's not about anything, it's about the clothes. I think the cardigan is just so cool, like how it's actually detailed, and the jeans, it's very 2000s. The hair, like being little waves, and then the butterfly on the shirt. She's just so cute, so Barbie, so detailed. I love her. I love her. She's so cute. Next is Barbie and the Nutcracker. I like this one. I like the ballerina with the super long hair. The color of the dress is so cute. The ringlets of the curls are just adorable. Big crown is really cool. And I just like the details on the dress. You know? I just look at this and I just see the quality. So we're in the top 3 now. And if you know me, this is gonna surprise you. But in 3rd place, Barbie is the princess and the pauper. I know. Annalise is literally my holy grail doll. She is the doll I want more than anything. If I got an Annalise doll in the box, I would take her out of the box to display her. They are so detailed. The ruffles on the dresses, the embroidery, the ribbon on Erica's doll. And yes, I would love to have an Erica doll too. It's just, I was an Annalise girly. I had a big Serafina stuffed animal. I still have the dress from Annalise's doll and the Serafina from Annalise's doll. I literally just don't have the doll anymore. And the crown and the shoes. And the dress is like torn at the arm and things like that because I used to play with her all the time. Actual dresses are so detailed. The embroidery, the ruffles, the patterns, the tulle, the flower crown, the chokers. I love them. The faces are so well done. There's nothing bad to say about these dolls. In fact, they're number 1 in my heart. But looking at them objectively, looking at the ranking, I know that objectively they are not the best dolls. So number 2 is Mariposa. Mariposa has a beautiful face. I love her beautiful pink cape. I love her beautiful dress. Don't flip her wings down because she has really gross, plain, not sparkly wings. But if you have her sparkly wings out, she is a very pretty doll. And I love the pink streaks in her hair and her flower crown. I did have Mariposa as a kid. I did not have number 1, which is Elena from Barbie Mermaidia. Her wings, beautiful. Her hair, beautiful. Her rooted lashes, beautiful. Yes, she has hard plastic as her bodice. But she also has like these beautiful ruffles. And her wings are like fabric. But they're not like Mariposa's wings, which are like sturdier. They're more like flowy fabric. And her shoes, beautiful. And even though the plastic is hard, I think it's more detailed than other even fabric outfits that we've seen. And yeah, just the face is gorgeous. So that was a lot. Why don't you go down in the comments and tell me which doll you thought was the best? Which doll you thought was the worst? Did you have any of these dolls as a kid? Which doll was your favorite? And while you're at it, you should subscribe, maybe. And let me know what kind of other videos you want to see, because I am open to any and all suggestions. And if you want to see a video about my doll hauls recently, I will totally do that. I got some Rainbow High, some Barbie, some Little Mermaid. So I have a little bit of everything, a little bit to please everybody. Let me know what you guys want to see from me. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, and thank you for watching this probably very long video. Bye!